All right, on my next question of Ask Me Anything in my little mini series, I got this good question. Is there a color brand that a hairstylist can use so we don't have to get our hair colored as often? And I wanted to confirm what she was asking about, and she's talking about covering gray hair. And it reminded me of a super funny story, so I'm going to share it with you. So when I was in the salon, I had a new client. We were doing her consultation, and she was expressing to me how frustrated she was that it doesn't matter where she goes or who does her hair or what products they use. It doesn't matter. Her color fades. At her roots, she always notices that her color fades. And I was like, gosh, that's weird. And they're using permanent hair color, or what are they using? And she said, it doesn't matter. But after a while, my color fades, but it's only up here. And I was like, well, tell me, how long is it taking for this color to fade? And she says, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks. We listen and we don't judge. So I explained to her that her hair grows from her roots, right? Like we all know that your hair grows from up here, not from the ends. Your hair grows at about 1/2 inch every month. So after 6 to 8 weeks, your hair has grown about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So that hair that she's seeing isn't hair with faded color. That's new hair that has never been colored. That's what we call regrowth, our roots, right? So I am not saying that that's what this person is insinuating. I think that they probably know that their hair grows from their roots and not their ends. But how do we color our hair less often if we're wanting to cover grays? This is kind of a loaded question, and it's kind of hard for me to answer without seeing your hair or what your goal is. But one, you can obviously grow out your grays. You don't have to color your hair. Gray hair is awesome. If you aren't ready to let your gray go, then I would recommend doing a blended color by adding highlights or lowlights, something so that you don't notice a harsh regrowth when it happens. So if you're doing a solid color, you're going to absolutely notice as your hair grows out. If you do something that's a little bit more blended, it'll be a little bit harder to tell that your hair is growing out. I personally use a demi-permanent color on my grays because I don't want a harsh regrowth line at all. I use a demi-permanent, or other people might call it a toner. By using a demi-permanent, it's not 100% coverage. You still see a little bit of dimension, but then the color gradually fades. So I never have a harsh regrowth where there's gray and no gray. It just kind of gradually fades out. And also by doing it this way, it's less expensive. By using a toner, it takes less time, so a lot of times the appointments are less expensive. You can still get your roots toned every 6 weeks, but it's going to cost you less than if you do a full-on hair color every 6 weeks. So grow out your gray, blend the gray with highlights or lowlights, or maybe try a demi-permanent color depending on how much gray we're covering. Thanks for making me laugh. I did get a good chuckle out of remembering the time when the gal thought her hair grew from the bottom and not the top.